Cool. So our first D&D session. I see Ren end now. So do you guys all see the zoomed out map? This is the Westtide area, and a lot of other places. Before we begin, Ren was late. I was going to do this earlier, but
Thanks, Ren.
God damn it, Ren.
So rude.
You ruined the session. I can't even.
all right, Ren. If you go to your journal, I just gave you a letter, and you can read that at your leisure while I start talking here.
We'll try. So we roll a percentile if we roll a 1.
Does that seem fair? It seems like
yeah.
I'll test it. I'll see how it goes, but I'll explain all this. You can also see the calendar. We'll get into that real soon.
I like this. Maybe I'll start using this too. The fumble chart.
And hold on.
No, those are not months that exist in our world.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure they are.
Or they're not languages, at least.
You don't speak that language?
There's also 13 months.
Yeah.
There's 13 gods. No, there's 12 gods. So I don't know what the 13 is.
Well, it's like blessings.
Oh,
like,
you guys are looking at the calendar already.
Were we not supposed to?
No, it's fine. I put it there for you guys to look at.
I was gonna say, you could have made it not visible.
Yeah, but I was gonna show it's. I'm gonna talk about it in like a minute, so I just made it viewable by the default. Are you ready, Ren? Have you finished reading?
She said her audio.
Why is Ren special?
Cat
I wanted to
playing
start
Portal.
the adventure, so I just gave Ren sort of
Is she really?
thing to adventure with. Yeah. All right. Ren has her letter, so
Yep.
This is Westtide story.
That's her lie away.
Yes! I'm so glad
Is that her?
It is the year 712. It's measured since the fall of the old empire.
1 second.
And
Guess
if you
I should
look at
take
this
notes.
map here in front of you, there are two major empires that have formed since then. In the north, the Hyria Empire. I talked about this a little bit as you guys were creating your characters. But excuse me, in the south, the Hyria Empire, which is primarily elves, and in the north, the Pokrul Empire, which is primarily of humans. And humans have sort of migrated north to south, and elves south to north. But our story is going to take place on this land bridge.
The other way around.
Cool.
Yeah,
I have a
you guys are
question.
smarter than me, so.
Is like Maximo part of Porkrul Empire? Is like the whole thing?
No, so the large text represent
A
different
area.
nations.
So those are different.
Yeah, so
Empires,
Ageland
okay.
is separate from Pokrul, Maximo, Northfield.
Okay.
They're all their own
The
thing.
Republic of Gloria.
Yes, the Republic. My bad. I did not want to go back and remake this map. So, for the past 60
Wait, hold on. You made this map? I thought this was like a real place.
No, I designed all of this from scratch.
No, I thought, so where does Katniss live, though, then? Like, in your imagination?
So, for about 60 years now,
He was awesome.
the two empires, Pokrul and Hyria, have been in a war. And
60 years?
60, yes, 60. And as the campaign progresses, some of the details and the history of that war might become a little bit more clear. But the three nations on the land bridge between the two empires early on were pretty devastated as the war was mostly battled in the Pokrul Sea. But part of the eastern half of the land bridge was also heavily a lot of troops were going
Yeah.
through, that type of
I mean, I
thing.
can read. Do you have?
Specifically Ageland or the eastern half of everything?
Like
I
the
don't know.
eastern half of everything, like that
Like
shoreline.
mountains and stuff.
There's not much civilization on that side anymore. Most of the civilization is to the west.
To the west.
These central nations have remained mostly neutral in the war, but there have been certain preferences. And in recent years, the war has slowed as there have been talks of peace and some form of diplomacy. So right now there are no active battles, so to speak, but it's still a high tension environment between the two. So I'm going to zoom in to our second map. I'm going to take you along with me.
Yay, here we come.
I see it.
Has it loaded for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is someone showing Portadena.
So this is a look at Westtide and the Republic of Gloria.
Hey, I'm not. My village isn't on this map.
I also can hardly read this map, so...
You can
You
zoom
can
in.
zoom in.
Zoom in.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it does get a little easier to read.
A hex on this map represents about a day's worth of travel if you're on a road, about 2 days if you're not on a road.
A hex? Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've been traveling for a while then.
Yeah.
Where does
So
this
the
take-
Westtide Kingdom. Say again.
Where does this take place?
So the map that you're looking at
Uh-huh. Oh, wait.
to the west is Westtide, and to the right is the Republic of Gloria.
Okay, yeah.
So if you really care, Unity Point and South Ham, kind of left of Port Hammer, those are in the Republic, but they're right on the edge of the Republic. Anything kind of west of that is Gloria.
Okay.
I have no idea where you're looking at. It's fine.
Anything west of that is Westtide. I got it backwards. You're right. Westtide is a very religious kingdom. It was unified about 250 years ago under the Church of Selune. Selune is the goddess of the moon. Westtide's people, Selune.
Actually, that's important.
Am I supposed to be taking notes?
You can just watch the recording.
Okay, good.
So after we play, just rewatch the whole thing and take notes during that.
And
What was that?
Selune. Selune.
I'll be real honest. I'm not going to take notes. I don't care enough.
That's fair.
That's fine.
I will continuously ask questions.
So, and
If you don't remember something, your character doesn't remember either.
That's fine.
okay, so we have been talking about years a little bit, so I'm just going to briefly talk about this calendar. Do you guys see the calendar right now?
Yeah.
If you want a download of this, I can send you the file. I also have a black and white version that I printed out that I'm going to kind of keep track of what happens on each day.
I'm
But
not that one at it.
you can see there are 13 months. They're all pretty regular. It's 365 days, just like ours. The moon is pretty much just like ours as well, with one full moon every month, just about every 28 days. The white numbers represent the full moon. The
Blessing.
blessings
okay,
sort of
yeah.
a special month. It's a lot of feasting, a lot of celebration, a lot of praise to the gods. It's a very religious month. And then there's one day, year's end, which is the last day of the year.
A question. How did you
Yeah.
divide 365 by 30 and get an even number?
I got 365 by 13, and it divides evenly into 28 with one remainder. And so year's end is this one special day that's not a part of any month or part of any week.
Sounds
Sure.
so frank.
Okay.
So every month begins on a Sunday, or I renamed them. I don't know if you can tell, but it's Saloy, Royloy, Toyloy.
I'm not saying those things.
But it's there if you want it. So,
Are the colors seasons?
yeah. Winter, spring, summer, fall.
Oh.
What are
Okay.
the gray days or like the? Yeah.
Those are holidays.
Okay.
Holy days or rest days.
Oh,
If you, I'll make sure to give you anyone interested a higher quality copy of this if they actually want to follow along.
Okay.
But it's there in your journal if you want to refer to it ever.
Where
What day is it now?
Where are we starting? Yeah. What right
So we're going to start an Appol-Bai. I'm going to mention that in just a second here.
No, but-
So what day is it?
yeah. What month? What day?
Oh, we're going to start on the 8th day of the 8th month for no particular reason.
Nerd.
So, Zalgom?
Yeah. So Westtide, most of its people are halflings or humans. It's predominantly halflings. Its people are all around hardy folk, a lot of merchants, a lot of farmers in particular. It is ruled by Queen Flynias, Flynyas, and she lives in the capital city, St. Lithia, and she personally supports Hyria over Popril. So, if you notice the pink dot on the left, that's marking where the party is. We're starting in Appol-Bai. It's a small, it's a small town, large town. What's that, Lucy?
Appol-Bai icon.
Appol-Bai.
Yay.
You've all decided, for one reason or another, to leave behind your old lives and your old professions and take on a life of adventuring. This likely means you'll do things like rescuing villagers from orcs, protecting merchants from zombies, stopping demons and devils from spreading evil. You want to be heroes for some reason. And typically adventurers start by finding a party to adventure with, because there's safety, there's power in numbers, of course. So as newbie adventurers, you guys don't have a party, you guys are trying to find other adventurers to team up with. So for some reason, you all came to Appol-Bai, and there's a caravan traveling from Appol-Bai to this large city, Windfield. Windfield is probably the second largest city in the kingdom. There isn't the Adventurers Guild there, which might be able to help you arrange getting a party together. But the caravan will take about 6 or 7 days to travel through the grassland kind of directly, first to Hammill, and then we'll take the road into Windfield. This is a large caravan of about 40 people, merchants, just travelers, tourists, maybe a few lone adventurers like yourselves. And, the idea is, again, safety in numbers. If you want to kind of take a direct road around the roads, travel in numbers. So, this caravan, it's very diverse. You're leaving from Appol-Bai, so it's a port town. It kind of attracts a lot of people, especially because it's not a major city, so the authorities are less heavy in this port town. Get down, kitty. So it attracts, people of different alignments, maybe some seedy folks, but also very diverse in race and color and their backgrounds, their lives that they've led. A lot of very diverse people. Are you all cool with me starting the adventure this way? Is that in disagreement with any of your characters? I think I gave Ran a little bit more motivation to be in this caravan with her letter, and I'll let her talk about that in a second.
Oh, okay.
The first
that was a
character's
secret.
going to do is go up and say, "Hey, what's that letter you got there?"
I don't know, I can't read.
Where this caravan is going, it's going to Windfield, which is quite different. It's the second largest city in the kingdom, and it's populated by a lot of hard-working halflings, and a lot of humans, and they mostly tend to the royal farms. Westtide is surrounded to the west by miles and miles and miles of farms, most of which are owned by the royal family. It is the production center of the entire kingdom. but it's not quite as religious as the capital, St. Lithia. So some people who aren't quite as, swept up in the religious frenzy of Westtide, who lived in the capital, might move to Windfield to get away. And so it has a little bit more of an underground scene, a bit more of a robust nightlife, and it's a traditional hub for adventurers, which is probably why you think it's a good idea to head in that direction. It'll probably take about 4 to 6 days to get there. I talked about each day acts as a day's travel, a little bit slower since it's not a real road, but there is a rough road through here, so it's not quite 2 days, perhaps. It's probably closer to 1. The road goes south through that little forest. That is called, I named that forest, 1 second, the Wingewood. South of the forest, and then it sweeps north, well, actually not north, but levels out and goes to Hamill. So you depart on the 8th day of the 8th month, pretty early in the morning, with the caravan of about 40 other people. It's led by this woman, Shayna. She is a cheery dwarf woman. Come on, everyone, and make sure everybody is comfortable, knows what they're up for. But she doesn't really take kindly to stragglers. She's cheery to the point that she is trying to really motivate everyone to keep going because she wants to keep a schedule. And the first day goes without any hitch. It's a nice, comfortable day. And during this day, you guys notice each other. You kind of recognize that you're probably all adventurers, kind of looking for a party. And so we're going to start at the first night. So we're about a day's journey outside of Appol-Bai. Go ahead.
Which way?
We're going.
Traveling? Are we going towards Griffinton or?
No, so we're going to.
We're not going on the path.
No,
we're going
we're going to kind of cut through and go directly to Hamill.
Okay.
And we're gonna
I thought we were taking a loop. Okay.
No.
So
we're going to go
we're
south.
like walking through forest.
Caravan. We're riding through the forest.
Here, and I'll make this clear. I'll move the token here.
And that was a token?
So you've traveled for about a day, so you're probably about here.
Wow.
And night comes, you camp. Nobody really needs to keep watch. There's hired guards, a couple guards. The caravan takes care of all of that. So it's first night. And do you guys just see your 4 tokens?
What?
No?
No, I don't see any tokens.
I forgot I have to drag the players.
Yeah.
I see.
Now do you see them?
Now I see them.
Okay.
My name is.
Do you see any? Okay. Do you see your health bars?
I do see my health bar and my name.
I see my health bar, yeah.
Yeah, I see my health bar and name.
Do you see other people's health bars?
No.
Okay. I'll give you that ability just because it makes sense. So you guys are kind of around your own campfire. You guys noticed each other. You were kind of talking a little bit during the walk.
Yep.
So to start off, I'd like everyone to just go around real fast and describe what your character looks like, because this is information that everybody else would easily be able to tell. So just in your own words, describe what your own character looks like. Probably give their name. Tell them the race, whether you're young or old. And then also, maybe also what you're wearing, and a little bit how they carry themselves. Anything that you can tell just by looking at your character. So I guess we'll start with Katniss.
If you've seen the Hunger Games, I look like Katniss.
I've read the Hunger Games.
Okay, well, I look like Katniss.
And to someone who hasn't seen or read or watched, how would you describe Katniss?
I don't think Shawn has.
Shawn didn't interrupt me so often. I was in the process of saying that the picture that Blake found is pretty accurate. Kind of olive skin, dark hair, fairly tall-ish, fairly slim, athletic build. And she is a wood elf, which I don't know where you put my age on this character sheet.
I think you said you were 139.
Yeah, I'm 139, which in elf years is like just past the age of like where you like find your like you kind of move out on your own and start living kind of your own life. Was there anything else you wanted, Shawn?
Whatever you want to say.
And what am I wearing? Clothes? I don't know.
Okay.
I have leather armor, and I have bow and some stabby things too.
And a pin of a certain bird.
And a mockingjay pen.
Okay, Shawn, guess what I know I came up with?
What's a mockingjay?
Felicity?
Oh boy, okay, so I'm a tiefling, which I don't know if you have seen tieflings before, but I look kind of intimidating, but not like I'm intending to be that way. I'm not really engaging with the other people because I'm, a little bit nervous maybe. I have like sort of purplish red skin and silver eyes that are all one color, like no pupil, no iris, just all silver. And yeah, I have kind of broad shoulders, but I'm kind of like hunched in a little bit, like trying to make myself a little bit smaller. I'm mid-20s, I think we said 24, and I'm just wearing normal traveling clothes, no armor.
Okay. Ander?
You don't have... Okay. Ander?
You can ask your question if you want.
Oh, nothing. My name's Ander. I'm a halfling. I don't really think I look like my picture, but I couldn't find a really good picture, so whatever. But I do have, like, I guess messy brown hair. I wear leather armor, and on my arm, like, right there, I have a holy symbol that is, like, 2 swords crossed, and on my other arm, the same spot, I have a flower. They're the holy symbols of my gods. And yeah, so my armor doesn't cover that. It's just leather armor without sleeves. And I don't know. Fair skin. Green eyes, I guess. I don't think I picked eye color.
You've never seen your eyes, so you don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen my eyes. What color are my eyes, guys?
No water. Weird, why are your eyes, like, red?
Why don't you have eyes, man?
Why don't... They don't exist. But yeah, halflings pretty much just look like humans. They're just short.
Yeah.
I have
If you
no
notice, I
eyes.
made your token
They're
a
short
little bit
and-
smaller just to indicate that you are smaller. I don't know if you noticed.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
I did notice that.
I didn't notice.
I know
But
it
I do
says
notice
smaller,
now.
but I didn't notice I didn't think there was a reason.
I wondered
So,
if
I
it
guess
was
I don't-
something.
Actually, I don't know how tall. Are they like 4 feet tall, I
I
think?
think they're like
I think about
3 to
three
I
to-
think I'm like 5'10". I think we actually set the height.
My guess is they're on average half as tall as the average human.
So that'd be like 3 feet or less.
Yeah, that's like 2 foot something.
2.5 to
I'm gonna say I'm 3 feet, no, but I'll pick an official height sometime. later.
I mean, it's not like we have like a measuring stick with us, probably.
Oh, my age. I'm like 21. Halflings reached adulthood at 20, and I left pretty soon after I became an adult.
Cool.
Halflings average about 3 feet tall is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Okay. I'm about 3 feet.
And Captain Hawke.
Hi, my name is Captain Hawke. You can call me Hawke or Captain or whatever. I'm a human. I'm like, I think about 6 feet tall. I don't know. Yeah, like about 6 feet tall. I have really long, wild red hair that's just kind of like all over the place. And I guess blue eyes. I didn't really think about that. My skin is like kind of tan and leathery because I'm on a ship's deck all the time. I carry myself well. Like I stand really tall. I have really good posture, and just very easy demeanor. And just I have like a jacket, like a pirate jacket thing, and dressed like a well-dressed pirate. And
All right.
I think
Do you have an eye patch?
I do not have an eye patch.
Do you have all your limbs?
I can't decide. For this game, I think I have all my limbs.
Nobody else shared what their token was. Shawn forced me to share.
I never
What?
I have a 4-leaf clover in something.
Oh. A book of etiquette and manners?
Oh, yeah. I have a 4-leaf clover pressed in a book of etiquette and manners because the book is from my upbringing before I was a pirate, and my mother found the clover for me, and I've just held on to it because I miss my mommy.
Aww.
Yeah.
I guess I have a little 9-volt battery, but I don't know if it would be called a battery.
You can call it whatever you want it to be.
Oh, and I carry a rapier and a shield. I don't think I mentioned that.
I have a rapier as well, and I have leather armor.
I don't have any business.
Oh, and I look like I'm in about my 40s.
Okay. Does Lucy want to say what their trinket is?
That would involve Lucy knowing what their trinket is.
You can roll on the trinket chart.
I didn't want to. I wanted to come up with something.
Okay.
I had a situation happen a couple years ago that I was involved in some adventuring type events, and I got back home and I've just kind of been hanging out at home with my family and friends and stuff, and it's been a little boring, to be honest. I haven't really done much in the last year or so, so I heard that this was a good place to go and maybe meet up with some people to have some more adventures, and I'm ready to get back on the road and start doing some stuff again.
Cool.
Okay.
Felicity?
We're eating, right? We're eating a meal.
Yeah, sure.
So I kind of like, yeah. I kind of like hunch my shoulders in a little more, like, and focus more on my food, and just say, I'm just trying to figure things out. And that's it.
Okay. Me?
Yes.
I come from
The land
a
down under.
village. I come from a village that was pretty isolated. So I wanted to. My gods called me. I felt like I had a higher purpose than the life inside that village. So I decided to go out and see what good I could do for the world.
Aww.
And Ren? Or
I was asked to complete a mission. So I pull out a letter from my pocket. Do I have a bag? I might have a bag. I pull a letter out from somewhere.
Pull it out of your ass.
Magician.
And I hold up a small object. I don't know what it looks like, but I say I was given a letter.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you that you get this small silver crescent shape talisman.
Cool. So I get that. I said I was given this letter and talisman, and asked to use the talisman to bless. I'm sorry, to bless Hullstone Tower, which has apparently been taken over by undead fiends. It's about 2 days east of Appol-Bai, so I'm hoping at some point to make my way there. And then I fold the letter back up and put it away.
And is there anything else you want to say about who you are in general?
I'm a sailor.
Can I read the letter?
No.
Anything else you guys want to say before you head off to bed?
Isn't that the opposite direction that we're going?
No.
Not quite
No,
the
you're going
opposite. It's a
east.
different direction.
I'm gonna look at Hawke and
I thought we were going more south.
no,
You're going southeast.
mostly east. I think.
I'm not in a hurry.
I'm gonna
The undead aren't going anywhere, and if they are, my job's done.
look at Hawke and I say that's a very noble cause you've got there.
Oh, there you are. I can hear you now, Lucy.
Can everybody else hear me?
And I say,
Yeah.
yes. I wink and I say, it's not that noble. I've been offered money for it.
I kind of like chuckle to myself. That's all I want to say.
Cool. That's all I want to say.
I finish eating.
Oh, you're all welcome to join me if you'd like. Because I won't force anyone.
Do we get a cut of that money?
I suppose it's only fair.
I could be persuaded.
Although I will warn you, I wasn't given an exact number. I was only told that I would be paid.
I could be persuaded.
So, Rin, are you trying to ask for help on this adventure?
Well, like you said, it would be safer and smarter to go with a party. I figure I could use some help, but if I don't get help, I don't get
You
help.
said undead? I'm down.
Cool.
Who
get rid of
gave
some
you this
undead.
letter?
A man in a tavern. I didn't know who it was.
How can we know that he has noble causes?
Well,
I mean,
guess
undead usually aren't.
it was signed by the the high priest, Marlin Leapill of the Church of Saloon.
I don't have the most trust for authority figures.
That's fair.
Oh, you don't have to come.
Do I know where
I didn't
that?
say that.
Do I know where that noble is? Like whoever signed that is from? Do you
You can,
roll history?
Make a history check.
or perhaps a religion.
Okay.
I'll let you pick
Oh,
because
if it's a high priest, yeah, religion would
I
make
mean,
sense.
I have the same score in each, so. I am going to destroy this die. This is like the 5th natural one I've gotten.
Oh no.
So you go.
What's a religion?
Yeah, the churches sound familiar.
Can other people roll? I don't know what we're doing. I don't know how to play this game.
Yeah, so you rolled a 20-sided die, you got a 4, and then because you have a little bit of skill in religion and intelligence in general, you added 1. So you got a score of 5.
I'm guessing that's not very helpful.
And you realize, the Church of Salune is the major church in this area.
I just
And that's about
realized.
I guess if everyone else
I
is
just
out.
realized I have a -1 in intelligence. I rolled a 0.
I got 21. because I have a +5.
Jesus.
Okay.
No, I have a +3. Sorry, I got a 19.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Okay. Blake goes, oh, yeah, Mr. Leafhill, he is the high priest at the office branch of the church in Boya City, which is the large coastal city.
Hold on.
South.
Mr.? The church, the high priest is a Mr. Leafhill, as opposed to like a father or a reverend or like.
High priest Leafhill.
Okay.
Forgive me for not suspending your disbelief there. And you recognize that is the name of the high priest in the Boya City offices of the church facility.
Vivian, stuff.
Shawn, did the letter have a seal?
Yeah, the letter did look completely official. It was sealed in an envelope.
Okay.
It was brought to you by. It was handed to you by someone you were a little bit familiar with in the town.
Oh.
Said that he got it from just.
I picked it up off the street.
It was handed to him by someone he did it.
Okay, so I can show them. I show Blake, since he knows who it is, I show him the seal on the envelope and say, this is, it was sealed, it had the seal, I have no reason to believe it's not actually from them.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I'm ready to move on. If everyone
Okay.
is.
We can, I think
Alright.
I'll still be able to hear you.
So Blake's going to bed, or excuse me,
Yeah, I'm
Andrew's going to bed.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I'm going to
yeah.
bed.
All right. So the party, if you have a bedroll, you lay it out. You sleep on it. Otherwise, you find a cozy pile of rocks to lay on, or however you do it.
Don't I like do something else? I try.
Yeah,
We need
Mary.
some bedroll? I thought we had to roll to go to bed. Do we have to roll to fall asleep? Because I feel like that's how I like it. I
I
think
really
that's
don't
a
like
natural
going to
one.
sleep.
Don't worry, Matt. I rolled terribly.
Toss and turn all night.
Insomnia.
Can I be
I
proficient
rolled a
in
natural
sleeping?
20 and falling asleep and fucking died.
So you either go to bed or enter your trance, or do your nighttime activities by yourself.
Oh, yeah, because elf. Are you a full elf, Mary?
I'm a wood elf, yeah.
Okay. So you don't even sleep.
So I'm going to do my nighttime activities by myself then.
Have fun.
Um,
Well, you meditate for 4 hours.
and the dwarf, Shayna, before you go to bed, she reminds herself, like, at dawn, we're leaving, so be ready, at dawn.
Is she the leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the theory dwarf woman.
Dwarf woman.
We'll
I
point
wrote
to her.
down my notes.
She's like, we're gonna be up and about, and it's gonna be a brand new day.
Please
Is she like a
maintain
camp
that
counselor?
voice the entire time.
Shayna was totally a camp counselor.
What's that, Mary?
Shayna was a camp counselor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Surprise, we're at camp.
Yay!
And so you wake up. The next morning, there were guards. Nobody had to keep watch. And so Shayna notices, in the morning, everybody's, eats a quick meal. And Shayna notices that you guys were kind of getting along together well enough, and you look strong. So she asked you guys to take up the rear. They have a couple guards throughout, but she asked you guys to take up the rear of the line.
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
No. Okay, I guess.
I just
Okay.
shrugged.
So the party is marching in kind of two lines side by side.
One by one.
And so
Goodbye, you too.
And so you're going to be a kind of, you guys can pick the order, but you should be in probably, this kind of formation. You can change it if you really want to.
Felicity is what we
You guys-
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you change the order at all?
No, I'm good.
What's the order?
What's
Do you see the line? So Ander is in the back, Felicity is in the back, Katniss and Hawke are in the front.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
how
see.
I was
I'm not
doing
going
it.
stretch. I thought
Oh,
we were
I'm
going.
sorry.
was behind.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is going, you guys are walking this way.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
That's so fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I thought I was next to Hawke.
Sorry, that should have been clear.
I don't care that.
That's fine.
Okay. So, the goal is to get to the outer edge of the Windwood by the end of the day. And you can kind of see a few sparse trees in the distance, very far in the distance, but that's just kind of the start. A tree here, a tree there. But the terrain is mostly grassy. Some hills as you're kind of going up from the ocean still. You're kind of going up in elevation a little bit. There's some pits around the hills. A few streams are coming through. And there are a few occasional trees even where you're at. Again, this is a road. It is heavily worn. It's not as bad as like going through a forest. You can bring a cart through here. I think there is a cart in the caravan, but it's a heavily worn road. And you're planning to take a lunch break around noon, about 4 hours in. About 3 hours in, you hear some growling behind you. And you turn around and you see bum ba bum 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 bum.
Do you need to know our passive perception?
I do want to know that in a little bit, but you all notice this. Token layer. 3 wolves. They're running down a nearby embankment towards you. And you 4 seem to notice, but the rest of the group doesn't really seem to at this time.
Okay. Are they ahead of us, behind us?
So they're behind you. You guys notice them, you stop, you turn around, and at this point, you should roll for initiative.
I yell wolves, so everyone else notices. Oh, I dropped my die.
I got 3.
So, this is the wolves. Blake
12.
got 12. Lucy got
3.
Okay. Ren got 18.
I got 5.
What's your
What are you
dex,
talking about?
Lucy?
Oh, I rolled an 18 just for fun earlier, and I was really mad that it was so high because it wasn't doing it.
Yeah, Ren got 5, and Mary got 19. And
oh, Mary gets to go first.
Unless the wolves roll a natural 20.
So this is your. I should make a chart here.
Great.
So your initiative. I'm gonna ask for your health points,
Why?
your armor class, and your passive wisdom in just a second. Blake, how many health points? Hit points?
Why do you need to
9.
know how many hit points we have? Aren't we going to keep track of our hit points?
I would like to know how many you're starting with.
Okay. 9.
I just want to try to all this down. I just wanted to. Ren?
Me?
Yeah, how many hit points do you have?
10.
Mary?
Not 11.
11?
Okay.
What?
Right.
Why did
No,
Why did you...
because
what?
Ren thought she had 11.
Blake, what's your armor class?
17.
Jesus
Lucy?
Christ, mine's 11.
I have a shield and a good dex.
I mean,
Ren?
14.
2 of my players
And
in
Mary?
another campaign have 18.
And
What are you asking for?
what is your armor class?
15.
Good thing I'm in the front.
And passive wisdom, Blake?
16. Passive perception, you mean?
Perception, sorry.
I'm sorry, what, Blake?
16.
What is your wisdom score?
19.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled an 18 and it's a +1 for my grace.
Lucy?
It's 10 plus modifier, right? Not 8? Or is it 8?
It's 10,
Okay,
yeah.
so 12.
Ren?
13.
And Mary?
Where am I looking?
Below the skills.
Should be towards the bottom.
14.
Is your charisma 18, Lucy? Or is it 20?
So I wanted to try and do this turn thing. Does that any good? Does anybody know?
I've never used it.
I've never used it, so I don't know.
Let's try. Let's just go on an adventure together. So
I have one question. Is it possible that I cast a spell as a reaction before combat started?
Probably not.
That seems unlikely.
I would say no.
Okay.
You have to set
you're
up
not the DM.
because you have to like prepare a reaction.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Well, not always, but either something needs to trigger a reaction, and usually you.
Well,
need
I just
to try
mean
and
like
advance what that is.
Like in Critical Role, sometimes they'll say, right before combat starts, they'll cast like spells real quick.
I think that's usually when they notice the enemies before something happens.
Yeah, I think in this situation it does make sense that I wouldn't know.
And so the highest was Mary. Do I type it? I don't even know what I'm doing here.
I have no clue.
Okay.
Why can't
Yeah.
I see anyone
I'll
else's
figure this
roll?
out for next time. I'm not going to mess with it today.
What'd you say?
So Mary.
Oh, never mind. You and Blake have physical dice, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You should too.
I do, but they're in the room with the baby.
It's Mary's turn.
Yep.
So you should have control of your own token. You can move. Again, each hex is 5 feet. So what's your movement?
Probably,
I have no idea.
35.
So your speed is 35. So that means you can move 6?
No.
7.
There you go.
7 squares in any direction.
Okay.
You can attack. If you're attacking with your bow, then you don't need to get up close. If you're attacking with something that's not a ranged weapon, then you need to get up real close to one of these.
I'm also going to point out that if you're attacking with your bow, you actually can't be up close because then you have disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you can, but you have disadvantage.
Is there someplace I can see what I don't know what weapon I'm best with?
So if you probably your bow. If you click on your character sheet, I should have put in your
Yeah.
So
Well, you're probably good with both right now. You don't make a decision what to specialize in until level 2.
yeah, right now your longbow it will deal the most damage because it uses an 8-sided die.
Yeah, 1d8.
Whereas the short sword uses a 6-sided die. That
Okay.
4-sided die.
And then what range do I need to be for the bow?
It's
Extremely long.
Yeah, you have a long.
So you're good.
But
Longbow is 150
what's the
feet.
definition of too close?
Oh, 5 feet.
If you're
Right 5 feet.
yeah.
If you're
Oh,
right
okay.
if you're in an adjacent square, then you're too close.
Okay. So do I need to can I shoot from where I am and avoid Felicity, or do I need to move so she's not in my way?
I would say that you could probably hit this wolf or this wolf fine.
Yeah, top,
Yeah.
bottom, not middle, because I'm in the way.
Okay. Okay, I'll shoot this bottom wolf with my longbow.
Okay, so what you're going to do, if you're going to use the character sheet pre-rolls that I designed, just click on the longbow attack on your character sheet, and it should automatically roll a d20. And does it hit? I think it does. Yeah, it hits. So now do you see where you rolled that 13?
Uh-huh.
Do you see the word longbow below that?
Yeah.
On that to roll your damage.
Okay.
All right. So Mary pulls back her,
I think you mean Katniss.
pulls out her longbow. Katniss pulls out her longbow. Has a very trained aim. Pulls it back. Let's go. An arrow flies through the air, zooms right past the city, and strikes the wolf right at the neck. And it takes a serious walloping. It's still alive, but it's not much alive.
Which one?
Bottom.
Oh, sorry, the top.
No.
Sorry, the bottom.
No,
The bottom.
I mean, if the top one is hurt, that's fine, but I shot the bottom one.
It's the bottom one.
That'd be an
You're right.
amazing arrow. Just hurts its friend.
So is your turn over?
I don't know, is it?
Do you want to move anywhere?
Do you have any bonus
She
action?
doesn't have bonus actions, not at this level.
I don't think you have a bonus action. You haven't moved at all. You can still move somewhere if you want to.
Oh, you don't get Hunter's Mark till level 2.
I don't necessarily think I need to move unless somebody disagrees with that.
If you want, you can move back, trying to get out of their range while still keeping them in yours. That might
Okay.
be a good strategy.
Or maybe you can position yourself where you can see all three.
That too. But
Me being the DM should shut up, but yeah.
So, like,
Did she not see all 3 before?
Felicity was in the way.
it's like
Oh.
there. Actually, Felicity is probably still in the way of the
I
top
think
one.
you can avoid Felicity with that one.
Okay, next up is Blake.
Yeah.
Is Ander
Okay.
Heidel.
So before I even pull my rapier out, I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
I have my shield, but I'm gonna cast Bless on me, Felicity, and Hawke, since Mary.
And I should have had a spell list prepared somewhere. What does Bless do?
Okay, I can choose 3 creatures, and they add a 1d4 on every attack roll or saving throw during the duration. It's 1 minute in concentration.
And, like, this is an action.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so a 1d8, you said?
No.
D4.
A d4. Okay.
Every attack roll, saving throw, or ability
Okay.
check. And I'll pull out my sword, and that's my turn. Oh, I guess I'll scoot up. closer.
So Blake casts this spell, and
Oh, boy,
Hoshi,
in my way.
he starts praying to cast a spell, and his tattoos they start glowing on his arms, and as they light up, stay down. As they light up, it's midday, so if you're not looking at him, you probably didn't notice, but it is a bright light that shines off of his arms, and then this light sort of comes from the sky and sort of envelops. What were the 3 characters? Ander,
Felicity and Hawke.
and Hawke. Okay. And you guys feel a little bit more empowered. You feel blessed. And then it looks like it is Ren's turn. Hawke's turn.
I move here. I have no idea how far I just moved. Is that legal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I attack this guy, the wolf in front of me. That guy, I have a boat, right? Yeah, I shoot him.
With your bow?
Yeah, no, with my rapier.
Just throw your rapier.
All right, you have a short bow. All right. A 7, a 9 does not.
Plus a +4.
What?
Plus 1d4.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay.
It's 1d4. It's not just 4.
so
Oh, it is 13. Yeah, I don't know where he saw 9.
I think I might have been
damage because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well then.
no. I looked at. Oh, I did. Didn't you roll?
You just roll a 7. So
Okay.
13.
So it doesn't matter what your D4 roll is. You hit the wolf.
Cool.
Um,
I'm rolling it anyway.
You don't get sneak attack.
you do not get your sneak attack.
Oh, I should have ran up to a wolf. I didn't even think about it.
but you do get 9 piercing.
And also 1d4, right? Is it on the...
No, it's not on
Oh,
damage
no, it's not.
rolls.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, what's the D4?
It's the blessing that Blake did. In order to, he gave you get an extra die that you can add, so you have a greater chance of hitting people instead of missing. So just like Katniss did, Hawke runs down, takes out a short bow, pulls it back. Again, he's very well trained. Zooms through, aims, strikes the wolf right in the chest this time, since he's right in front of it. It was already pretty bad off, but gets it right in the chest, and it slumps over, dead.
Dun dun dun.
You killed it.
Good job, Hawkeye. Hawke.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. You don't know him that well yet.
Yeah, I forgot your name. Sorry.
Cool.
Captain Hook.
What is...
I called you Captain Hook.
Oh. I know, I'm so mad at myself for sounding so much like Captain Hook. It's fine.
Okay.
So it's the wolves are going to do something now. This one is going to come up 5, 10, 15, 20. Right there to Ander. And it is going to... it's going
I'm
to
gonna guess bite.
bite towards. Do what?
You were hesitating really long, and I'm like, I don't think a wolf can do anything but bite, so...
Well, I have it in front of me. I just wanted to look at it. And I wanted the numbers in front of me. So it runs up to Blake and it tries to bite him, and it definitely does not hit. So, miss there.
Awesome.
Okay. This other wolf is going to do the same thing. It's going to come up over here. And it also is going to try and bite Blake. Or excuse me, Ander, and it also misses.
Can't hit me. I just dodged the...
So, 2 wolves just lunge at Blake, and, he's quick and nimble. He's a small guy at Ander, and he... He's fended off 2 wolves all by himself right now. And that makes it Lucy's turn.
Finally, Felicity's turn.
Felicity.
Yep, that one of
Whatever
those is who I
character you
am.
are.
I'm
The
going
wolf.
to hold up my hand and cast Firebolt to the wolf at the top. And with the D4, I rolled a 17.
Okay.
So
this is just straight damage, or
what?
how does Firebolt work? I don't know how Firebolt
I rolled a
works. Sorry.
17 to attack. It's a spell.
Okay.
It's an attack. It's an attack.
Okay, so it hits.
And then I do... Come here.
Alright, on my way.
Damage.
Nice.
Why
Congratulations.
am I the worst at
Alright. So Felicity looks at the wolves that just ran up to Blake, and she puts out her hand, and a blast of fire ball rolls across the ground, smacks the wolf in the side, and it kind of shakes it off. And you said it did 1 damage?
Yep.
Okay. And it still seems pretty
that's my
a little bit of singed fur, but it didn't even seem to really burn the
What do you
skin
mean that
all
wolf
out.
didn't have 1 health?
Which brings us back to Mary, to Katniss.
Okay. I feel like I need a move to be able to hit either of these.
Yes, everybody, you moved it
Without-
so that you could aim all 3, and then everybody stopped in your way.
I noticed.
Oh, I'm just a little halfling.
So the top one, Lucy has dealt 1 damage, and the other one, there's been no damage dealt.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'll move up here and shoot try to shoot the top one with my longbow.
Okay. So roll your die.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Our first natural one.
Yeah.
You have to roll
So
a D100.
if you roll a natural one, you got all the additions, but they don't matter. If you roll a natural one, you automatically miss. And the way we're gonna play, there's this fumble chart I made. I'm gonna show you.
Oh yeah, you did make a fumble chart.
So I want you to roll a D100.
Okay.
So you just type into the chat R, or is it slash
Yeah.
R slash
/R.
/R space D100. Hit enter.
There's a sidebar.
And it's a 3.
Uh-huh.
So you miss, and nothing else happens. You don't get any
Oh,
other
so
bad
actually-
effects.
So a low number is better on this part.
Yeah. 1 through 60, no special effects.
Okay.
So pull back, and super trained Katniss lunges out a second arrow, but she was moving too quickly and just misses the wolf. Even though she had that blessing, it just missed.
I didn't have a blessing.
You didn't.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Katniss doesn't have a blessing. I can only choose 3. Sorry.
Oh, why'd you get the +4? Oh, because you're okay.
Excellent.
And now it is Captain
My turn?
Blake's turn. Yep, Anders' turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna swing my rapier at the top wolf.
Okay.
And I get a 17.
17 hits.
And that is a D8. 6 plus 3, 9 damage.
All right. So Anders swings his rapier at the slightly seared wolf and smacks it right across the face, and it gives a long gash that starts bleeding, and the wolf is, kind of heals over slightly, but then gets up real weakly, barely in there, but it's still alive.
Lucy, why don't you do more than 1 damage?
I suck.
And it is now Captain's turn.
Hawkeye.
Alright, I move here. And I shoot the top wolf that's already been injured.
All right.
Should I have a gun? Oh, wait, I guess gun wasn't really an option for me.
Oh, and you get sneak attack this time.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm right
Oh.
next to him.
Cool.
22 hits.
Wait.
Sweet.
Plus a D4 if you need it.
Eh. Okay, so...
Yeah, so 20, whatever. And you do plenty of damage. I mean, this wolf only had 1 hit point anyways, so.
Is that 9 plus 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do 12.
So it heals over, with the wound that Blake just gave it. It didn't have much of a happy life in its future anyway, so you put it out as misery.
Oh.
And
Nice of you, Hawke.
the last wolf, seeing that it's, you just killed its mom and dad.
Oh!
Nice. And it wants revenge.
Shawn.
Oh my god.
So it bites. It tries to bite Ander. And this time, oh yeah, you have a fucking high. Oh wait, I have a plus to. I think it's only +4. Which. Okay. 17 even. Does 17 hit or miss?
Yeah, that hits.
Armor class of 17.
Hits.
Okay. So it hits. And it is Okay.
Hopefully less than 9.
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, jeez.
That's how much.
Seems like a lot for a wolf bite. So that was 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I'm still alive.
Just bite you, right in the nuts or something.
Wow.
And you take, what did I say, 7 damage?
6.
6.
Right?
You did say
Yeah,
6.
that's what he said.
Yeah, I did say 6. Okay.
Am I the only one with healing spells?
You're the cleric, so probably.
I mean, rangers get cure wounds too, I think, but not
You
till...
don't have any spells yet.
Yeah, I know.
And now it is...
Oh, me, Felicity.
Yes.
I can never remember who I am. Just like in general, but okay. I'm going to go up here and do the same thing, try to cast Firebolt on that other wolf.
I think you said fireball?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
I don't have Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Okay.
Fireball is a much different spell.
Okay. Actually, Blake took damage. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain his concentration.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Thank you.
Lucy cut out, so I didn't hear what they said.
Because Blake was attacked, he has to take a Constitution roll to see if he loses concentration and the spell, his blessing ends.
Yeah, it's DC 10. I rolled a 15. So.
Okay,
yeah,
so you kept your
took 6 damage, so yeah. Anyway, so I rolled a 12 plus... Where did the D4 go? I rolled a 16. Does that hit?
Yes.
And then damage, I did... God damn, I did 2 damage!
Blake,
What die do I roll for that?
Felicity launches another really weak fire spell that goes forwards and burns a little bit of the wolf's hair. And the poor orphan is a little seared, but otherwise unharmed.
Okay.
And we go back to Mary.
Okay, if I go up here, that angle, they won't hit Andrew.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
So, when do I go?
$15 hits.
Okay. 8.
8. So Katniss again pulls back her bow, and this time, she's really concentrated because she missed last time, and arrow soars forwards, and again gets it right in the neck. And it does not like that. And
It's not bad.
kind of snaps its neck a little bit and goes, but it's still alive. Doesn't have much energy in it. It's just barely alive. Arrow sticking through its throat. But it's still alive. Do you do anything else?
Oh.
I don't think so. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Do I have okay, so I have 20 arrows. Do I need to be keeping track of how many I've shot? Do I get to pick them back up when we're done?
So what I read, and I figured I would just go by the rules, is every arrow loses an arrow. You lose an ammunition. But after the battle, you can recover half of your spent arrows.
Rounded up or rounded down?
If you take the time to go back through all the enemy bodies.
Round it up or down?
I'll round it up because arrows are...
Okay. So far I've spent 3 arrows.
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's Blake's turn.
I'm gonna swing my rapier.
Okay.
I got 21.
It hits.
Okay. D8. 7 total.
And it's dead.
Darn, I wanted to kill all of them.
Did you get the kill for the first two?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn around and see if anybody else in the caravan has noticed what's going on.
So when Blake shouted,
Yeah, I yelled wolves, and then they just, whatever.
so when Blake shouted, they turned around and went, "Oh," but decided to not get engaged because they're merchants and they don't have weapons or anything.
You said we had guards.
I'm gonna look for
And
my
then the guards,
arrows.
they start coming, running up.
That's why
But
we
they
had
didn't get there in time because 18 seconds have passed since the start of the battle. So
They were 18 seconds away.
They've gotta,
apparently, yep.
realize what's going on, decide to go
Okay.
over, run slow, because...
So I assume that Katniss gets 2 arrows
Give me a
back.
second, guys. Let me grab my arrows.
Yeah, me too.
Please.
And with that, congratulations, you beat the combat tutorial. Yay!
I really
I'm
needed
gonna
that.
mash A to skip the rest of the tutorial.
How do
You
I
quickly
make a
catch up with the
magnify
rest of the
thing?
caravan. Okay.
So you said this was before lunch, so are we going to take a short rest at lunch,
Yeah.
guys?
So then,
I was about to say,
I'm just testing this.
the I forget her name,
Shayna.
Nah.
You forgot the name of your own NPC?
I mean, relatable.
I had to sort my notes. So Shayna says, "All right, good job, guys. That's why I put you in the back." Now come on, and she's like, "We gotta keep a schedule."
I'm gonna call out,
So
we getting paid for this?
No, you had to pay to join the
I
caravan.
know, but like...
Wait, what?
And so about an hour later, you stop for a quick meal. This is considered a short rest. So anything that you would do during a short rest.
I'm going to spend a hit die.
Okay.
So I heal 3 hit points.
During
So I'm at six.
I mean, anything that you want to do during lunch, if you want to say something, ask something, but you can also recover some health if you lost any. There's a method for doing that.
I think I'm the only one that did, right?
You are.
Yeah.
Let's just stay far away from the wolves.
We're all ranged.
So I'm 6 now.
Okay.
6 health points.
So you
Three.
gained 3?
Yeah.
Okay. And
And I'm not going to burn my second slot to heal myself.
and Shayna says, we want to get to. We're not going to be camping tonight. We're going to be staying at this tavern called the Winged Helm. It's sort of out right at the edge of the Wenge Wood, and we want to get there by sundown. So we need to keep going. So she makes lunch really quick. Less than about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes break.
Like we're in school.
Yeah. Back to your classroom.
And then you keep moving again, and I assume you stay in the same formation.
Yep, sounds good.
But just before sunset, you get to the Winged Helm. And the Winged Helm, you see the woods getting closer and closer to you, this forest, and then you start following along the forest's edge for about another half an hour during this trip, and then you get to the Winged Helm, and it's an enormous dwarven-built warship that somehow ended up several miles from the ocean a long, long time ago, just out here right at the edge of the woods. This, warship. It's built with sturdy oaken beams. It's crafted with pillars and braces of
I'm
stone.
sorry, did you say it's built with beams, like the food?
Oh, beam.
Beams.
Oh, okay.
It has a craftsmanship to it that only a dwarven built item could be. Dwarves don't build ships all that often, but if they were to build a ship, you can bet it's a damn good ship. But it's been here God knows how long. It's covered in moss.
Which god?
My God.
There are vines growing over it. And as the sun sets, you can see it kind of shine with a bit of an orangey glow. As you get closer, you can tell that it's been repurposed. Generations ago, it was a small way stop for travelers. There's a door on the side. You can walk right into the hall. There's some tables up on the deck. Some of the rooms have been repurposed as, bedrooms. And then outside, there's a couple stables, a row of small stables, and a forge. And I actually went through and just kind of sketched this out. Map layer. So you got a big ship, and then a row of stables, and then this is kind of the forge area.
What is, like, all of this stuff?
Say again?
What's the forge area? Like, all of these hollow...
Just this little area here would be the forge, and then these would be the stables.
I don't know if you think... like.
You're not showing, like, a cursor.
Yeah, and there's no cursor or anything.
No? You don't see the circle?
No.
Are
you on the GM layer?
Yeah, that might be it. Alright, this is the forge. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are the stables.
Okay.
And it's this, the caravan stops in front, and Shayna says, "All right, we're going to be here for the night. You can enjoy yourselves, but we are leaving first thing at sunrise again. You can pay for a room if you want. Otherwise, we can camp outside. Do not disturb the owner here. I want you to be respectful so that we are allowed to come by, so that I'm allowed to come by with a new group of travelers in the future. If you're disrespectful, you're out of the caravan and you're on your own." First thing in the morning, and she goes in the front door, and she's probably getting herself something to drink or something.
How much is your room?
Standard price, so... it's half a gold piece, 5 silver pieces.
I'll buy a room.
Okay. So Blake goes in. He kind of ditches the rest of you. He goes up to the counter.
I'm injured. I want to sleep.
And the man inside behind the counter, his name is...
I'm gonna head inside too.
Yeah.
All right. So, his name is Delb. And what do you say to Delb, Blake?
I ask him for a drink and ask how much the room is.
All right. He says, rooms 5 silvers. If you want a mug of ale, that's 4 coppers.
4 coppers. I'll take 2.
Okay. So he goes behind the counter. He untaps this big barrel and fills up 2 big mugs of ale for you. Turns off the tap, slams them down on the counter, and says, "That'll be what?
8 coppers.
6 silvers for no.
5 silver, 8
silver,
copper.
and 8 copper." And he thanks you, and he says, "So you're from I always forget her name. Shayna's. You're from the Shayna Caravan, right? How's Shayna doing?"
I head up and sit next to Andrew at the bar.
All right. And are Katniss and the captain outside?
I have a
I went
question.
inside.
What did Rin say?
She went
I went inside when the Tiefling went inside.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What's your question, Mary?
So is my trait Commoner's hospitality all helpful, or is like that only like building stuff up?
No, I think what it's kind of saying is that with I don't think you get free stays at inns. No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I thought it was worth asking. Yeah, I went inside too.
I look over at Amber and kind of raise my eyebrows at his 2 mugs of ale, and then turn to the what's his face? Delb.
Delb.
Delb, and say, "Can I get 3 mugs of ale?"
Oh. I look over at
Felicity.
what was your name? Felicity. Impressed and a little challenged, like you're challenging me.
And at Delb, he kind of has a half smile, but doesn't react too much. And he turns around, fills up 3 mugs of ale, slams it down, and says that will be 12 coppers.
I hand over a gold and get my change and start drinking.
Okay. And he says, what brings you guys journeying all the way through here? Are you headed towards Windfield?
Believe so.
Yeah, we are.
I follow where the wind blows me.
Are you just reading your trait?
No.
I sit down on the other side of Amber. I put down a gold piece and say, I would like a room and as much ale as I can get with this.
That's a lot of ale.
That is kind of a lot of ale.
A room and the rest of ale.
20 mugs.
Nice.
That's what? 50 gallons? No, 5 gallons.
Okay, maybe not.
5 gallons for a gold piece.
Are there horses in the stable?
There are a couple horses, yeah.
I walk over and go talk to the horses.
You can't speak with. Oh, you don't have them.
No, I just like talk to horses in the way that like I talk to my cat. Like
Are you gonna
they're not
sing a
gonna
song?
understand. Right.
And the horses
You're
go,
horsey horse.
yay! So Delb hand, fills up. What you want? Several mugs. Brings it back. Puts it down.
I mean, he can bring them a few. They don't all have to come at once.
So he'll bring you 2 to start.
Okay, yeah, and then just whenever I get empty.
He says, you guys are pretty heavy drinkers. In my experience, only the strongest people are the heavy drinkers.
I just raise my eyebrows and take a drink.
I kind of shrug and also drink.
I finished my first one and I'm visibly tipsy.
Is this the music that's playing in the tavern?
Yes.
I was gonna play music, but I forgot. So you guys are here, and then you guys are all inside, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna say, sounds like you were trying to hint at something.
There's been He says, I've been drinking quite a bit lately, too. It's been hard around these parts. Seeing a lot of happy, cheerful folk come through here tonight, I think that will liven up the place.
This is the Winged Helm, right?
This is what?
This is the Winged Helm.
The Winged Helm, yes. That's the name of the
Okay. Does this have anything to do with the tower?
he turns at Captain Hawke and goes, "You know about the tower, huh?"
I've been told. I've heard stories. I'm not sure I believe them.
And Feld takes a deep breath and says, "About a week ago, my last son went missing. That damn tower. For generations, we've told everyone to stay away from the tower. And I don't know why. He was seen in the woods, headed in that direction. I'm so worried. I don't know where he is. He's gone missing. I don't know what to do."
I take a very long drink from my ale.
So I frown and I finish my ale and I say, is there any chance that he just ran off to another town?
Randall wouldn't do that. My other two sons, they both died in the war. Randall, he was a layabout. We all got along great. He was gonna inherit the tavern from me. You know, he was working hard here. He would never run away. They say he saw them in the woods that night, and I haven't seen him since. Why would he go in the woods? I don't understand.
Do you think someone coerced him?
I want to roll insight to see if it seems like he's telling the truth.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna come inside. I'm done with the
I didn't do great.
What did you get?
Oh, 14.
Okay. He seems genuinely distressed, and you can actually feel some of his grief. You can actually sense his grief. And he goes, "You guys wouldn't be looking for some coin, would you? This tower, we have told stories of this tower since my grandfather's time, of the skeletons that walk its halls. I've never seen the tower with my eyes. There's a ranger in these parts who doesn't go near the tower, but if you can head in there, if you can find any evidence of my son, if you can bring him back to me alive, God, I'll give you everything I have. 300 gold pieces."
What direction did you say?
What's the name of the tower? The Hallstone Tower. So. It's about a 8 hours walk north of here into the woods.
So first of all, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is our caravan right over?
No, your caravan is leaving in the morning and headed further east. It's going to go to Hamill, and then it's going to end in Windfield.
Would that take us closer to the tower?
No. So if I show you 1 second, the Westtide map, and I need to go there too. So you have now moved. You are now right about here. So the caravan's headed towards Windfield, but the tower's probably right about here.
So if we choose to go after this, we're gonna have to ditch the caravan. Yeah.
Yes, that's a wise choice. Unless you think you can make it there and back before sunrise.
And it's 8-hour walk.
Yeah, in an 8 hour. It's an 8 hour walk. I'll be sprinting.
Alright, I take another drink.
Oh, actually, there's horses. Could we?
I finish off my second ale.
I take another drink and I say, I'll see what I can. I mean, I'll go to the tower, but I can't promise I'll find your son. But if he's there, I'll bring him back to you.
Phelps says, "You will go to the tower? Oh, thank the moon." He says, there was this bard who came through a few days ago, and I told him about it, and I warned him that these skeletons, they are not to be trifled with, but I couldn't tell him no. He offered to go and rescue my son, and I haven't seen him since either. He went all by himself, so I hope that you are strong and have many people to back you up. I would go if I could, but I would be a burden.
Any advice you can give us on these skeletons?
Give us? I didn't say I was going.
Oh, well, any advice you can give me on these skeletons?
He says, from what I understand, they are from an ancient curse. There is this great skeleton who lives there. And anyone who comes in, the skeleton kills and turns them into minions who follow her. These skeletons, they're not made out of bone. They're made out of solid gold. That's the legend. And it has tempted many people. Many people have come to this tavern asking me about it, and I tell every single one, it's not worth the temptation. You will die.
But you want us to go there.
He says, he looks at you and says, you guys look strong enough.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go. That fits
Thank
my
you.
character perfectly.
I say, what the hell?
and
Got
he
nothing better
says-
to do.
Should we sleep for the night first?
I mean, you have been walking all day. You are low on health.
If we don't sleep, we'll be exhausted.
I think Ren did mention earlier that she was looking for a tower to bless that had been cursed with undead. I don't know if you made that connection.
She did. She's one who brought up the tower, so I just assumed it was the same tower.
Just happen to know about a tower that's unrelated to the tower I'm looking for.
So this is related to the reward that was offered to her in the letter, and that you guys had offered to help him with.
Well, I mean, I think
And we get 75 gold.
Say again?
We get 75 gold if we find them.
Yeah.
If you bring him back alive.
That total. I kind of got the idea that all he had was 300 gold.
Yeah.
That's what he offered us.
Oh. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah.
I thought the 300 each.
No.
No, he says
No, he said he has 300 gold. That's his savings. He'll give it to you guys
It's like
if you bring back his son alive.
Oh.
And he says, that maybe other people know stuff. There are only a few people, staff who live here permanently. They might know more. But most of these people are travelers. Besides the caravan, there's just 2 or 3 other people staying here tonight. And then some regular staffing.
Alright, I stay up to continue drinking and try to talk to other staffers.
Alright.
Locals.
I'm gonna go to bed. My character is.
Alright,
And
so...
while they're doing that, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Okay, so Andrew goes upstairs in a drunken state and crashes in the bed that he bought.
I put whatever, 5 silver and say I'll take a room too.
Okay. And he's like, upstairs,
And then
second floor, will be the last door on your right.
finish off that third one and walk off in a perfectly straight line.
Okay.
Nice.
Which is, of
What
course,
does
the best thing
Katniss
about
do on this night?
The Ren is still at the bar.
Yes.
Hawke's at the bar. Hawke said he's going to do some investigative work before he goes to bed.
Well, I only need to transfer 4 hours, so what can I do to help it now?
You do what?
That's why I turned to you and say, I only need to transfer 4 hours. What can I do to help right now?
So you're asking Captain Hawke, how can you help?
Oh, well, I guess you can see if you can help me, try to gather information, just, talk to people and see what we can learn. If there is anyone who knows more about these skeletons and how we can keep ourselves safe. I just, don't want to walk into danger unaware. I want to, knowledge is power. I want to know as much as I can before we go. Any weaknesses, any strengths.
Mm-hmm. So inside the helm right now, besides Delb,
Can we go
there
back to that map?
Yeah. Which map do you want to see? Oh,
Well, like the way we are.
My bad. So Ander has gone to bed, and Felicity has gone to bed.
Good night, room.
And so, besides Delb, there's a lot of people from the Caravan. The only other person inside the winged helm itself that seems to be lives there, a frequenter, is I'm going to call her a barb maid. It is a human female. Named Malia.
Okay.
And she's kind of going behind, bringing out, mugs of ale, tending to people. She seems really upbeat and trying to take care of people, enjoying all the business that the caravan has brought. But you see she's a little flustered too because she's not used to this much business. Not just working one night. And trying to make the best of it. There are lots of tables, the whole thing's full. A lot of people you've been traveling with, talking boisterously, a few people going upstairs. Some people are headed back outside. A lot of people are sleeping outside. You can see they're starting to make some campfires. Shayna is sitting in the corner with another adventurer who's not with the caravan. They're just the two are talking by themselves. Kind of a regular for him.
Alright. I go over to the corner where Shayna and the regular are.
Okay.
And ask Shayna, is this a friend of yours?
And she goes, yeah. He's usually here when I come through. We just like to chat for a little bit. How can I help you, dearie?
Been here a few times, then, have you?
Oh, I've been taking caravans through here for, about 85 years, I think, now.
Oh. You ever take them east of here? Or you always come along this route?
You kind of mean like into the forest?
Wait, what direction is the tower?
North.
It's
No, the tower's mostly north.
Oh, sorry. You always come along this route? Do you ever, or I guess I just asked, do you always come along the same route?
It's like, I've done 2 main routes over the years. The Appol-Bai to Windfield has been the main one of late. We've always gone, the same route. Just skirting the forest to Hammill and then down into Windfield. years ago, I used to also run another caravan from Windfield around through Green Halls for a brief way into there to one of the old citadels, but I don't do that one anymore.
Because I was curious, I heard about some kind of tower near here. I was wondering if you'd ever been near there or seen it. I finished my third beer and I kind of waved to the barmaid to bring me another.
And the maid, Malia, she sees you and she says, "I'll be right there." Kind of gives you that sign. And Shayna, she goes, "A tower? Oh boy, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the landscapes off the path that I go. But I was hearing some of the folks talk about this tower nearby that was causing some sort of trouble recently. I'm not too sure what they're going on about."
So, mostly just rumors then.
Mostly just rumors. I don't know what this tower is or where it is. I didn't really get involved. I just overheard that what's his name, Delb, saying something to one of the patrons earlier.
Well, I'll leave you and your friend to catch up. You all have a great night.
All right.
Don't wait up first. I was gonna say, don't wait up first in the morning. I might go see about that tower myself.
All right. Well, no refunds. Hope you understand.
Right. Of course.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, dearie.
I walked back over to sit next to Katniss. Katniss, are you still at the bar, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I sit back down next to you, and I'm kind of like weaving a little, but I'm still on my feet. And say, so, any thoughts?
And by this time, as you're kind of asking, the barmaid, Malia, she comes over and sets down your mug of ale and says, "Anything else I can get you?"
I'll take one too.
All right, one more ale coming up. And she scurries back to the counter.
So, did you find anything out, Hawke?
Well, she has heard some of the rumors, but she doesn't know much about this tower either. I'd like to ask, do I know the barmaid's name?
Malia.
No, but does Hawke know it? Like, is that in character knowledge?
I guess I thought you guys wouldn't know her name, either of you. Your characters would.
So I said, barmaid might know some more, but I hate to spoil her good mood. She seems so happy. Do you think we should ask her?
Shawn, how many people are left in the bar? Like, are most people like going to bed, or are there still a bunch of other people hanging out?
I'd say after 2 days of traveling, a lot of the caravan members, probably 20 to 30 of them, are enjoying being indoors, having warm food for a change, and it's just past sunset, maybe probably about, let's see, we're in summer, so it's probably about 10 o'clock. I think there's still some gusto in some of these people who want to stay up for a bit longer, and others are still finishing up, but not many people have gone to bed yet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it'd be good to ask her, but she might be a little busy right now.
As you're talking, Malia comes back. She says, "Here's your ale. Thanks so much for your business. That will be 4 copper pieces, please."
Can I buy a random drink to distract you one long enough to talk to the barmaid? Like, so nobody needs refills.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
She wants to buy a round of drinks for people at the bar to distract. That's where I got lost.
Well, to so that they don't need the refills and stuff, so that the barmaid.
All right. So if we're talking, about 30 people, 25 people,
I don't know.
4 copper. So that would be.
I mean, they can take some of my drinks. Like,
Oh yeah, but Red already bought
I bought 25. I think I'm on my 4th.
Okay. So say give out. So if you want to compliment it, Mary, then you need to put down a silver piece.
Okay.
Actually, make it 2 silvers. And so.
So wait, do I still get my 1 more ale, or is that giving away my next ale?
You can have 1 more.
Okay,
and
1 more, and then
that'll
the rest
be it. So,
okay, cool.
Malia, she
Malaria?
No.
In fact, I'll have her bring me that
Malia?
one now, so that
How
she
did
doesn't
that
follow
say?
that later.
Yeah, Malia.
Malia, Malia, however
Yeah.
you would pronounce that name.
When you first.
You tell her this, and she goes, "Oh my, okay." And she counts the gold, and as you say this, the tavern gets silent, and everybody looks over at your table as you say that you're buying drinks for everyone, and then people just start huzzah and shouting and saying,
I'm the Hawke hero.
there's lots of cheers, and Malia goes back to the counter and just starts filling up mugs as fast as she can and carrying them out, just handfuls, table by table, and you can tell that she has a lot of work to do now.
But then once she's brought all of the drinks out, she doesn't have work to do.
Well, now she has a tavern full of 20 drunk people.
Because they had 1 extra ale.
I imagine it added to her workload.
Yeah, I was thinking your plan was a little weird. You want her to be less distracted by giving her a lot of work.
No, but then after she's brought all the drinks out,
Then she has to go pick
didn't
up.
I say,
Yeah, after she brings the drinks out, then the first people are still going to want a drink. They finished their drink now.
oh yeah, have a drink with us.
She's like, "Oh, dearie, I'm way too busy right now." You can roll a
Persuasion.
what is it? Persuasion, if you want.
I'll help you clean up. I don't need to sleep.
Roll persuasion.
You realize that my charisma is extremely low, right?
And and she goes, "That's very sweet of you, dear. I'm just really too busy right now. I've got a lot going on. If you wanna have a little bit of a chat later, you could talk to me, once I'm done at about midnight or so."
What time is it?
I said it's about 10. And she goes, "Is there anything else I can do for you?"
Yeah, another round of drinks for the entire bar.
Right? I asked her if she can point out any locals who, any locals with a good local knowledge.
Well, the other, besides me and Delb, if you haven't met Delb, he's and his family has lived here for generations. It's too bad about Randall. He knew just about more than anyone, but he went missing about a week ago. Other than the Delb and Randall, Grundle, she kind of grimaces a little bit as she says his name. Grundle, he's the dwarf Dwarven Smith, he's out in the forge where he sleeps. He's been here for 15 years or so. He came through one of these caravans and he's just stuck around ever since. And I wouldn't really call him too much of a local, but Lawrence, he's the stable boy. He's been working with us for about a couple months now. If you really want someone who knows the local land, Kestrel is who you need to talk to, but I don't see her in here tonight. She's the Elven Ranger who can be seen around these woods. She usually stops here every morning, but I haven't seen her in the last couple days. You might catch her in the morning, I don't know.
What time does she usually come around?
Oh, right about sunrise.
I know.
But she would know every square inch of these woods.
Okay.
And she's like, hope you have a great night. You need anything else? Just call me over.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got another table waving her over, asking her for some food or something. So she goes, I gotta go. Best of luck to you, and heads on over to help some other customers.
So, seems like we're kind of short on local knowledge. So I finish the beer that I'm on, and then I think I had her bring me the last one already, so I start on that one.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll finish my last beer and then go to bed.
Okay.
Which is, going to take some time, but...
And are you guys planning on getting up for the caravan, or what are you doing?
I'd like to be up there by sunrise to try to catch this person. What time is sunrise?
6.
I'll probably wake up at sunrise and then just see what these other people that I just met are doing.
Alright, excuse me, I have not said that I'm going up. Can you please move me back?
Sorry.
First of all, I have not paid for a room.
That too.
Since I don't have to sleep, I'm gonna hang around until midnight.
Okay. And what do you do? Just
hanging.
Okay. And to be clear, the caravan is leaving at sunrise.
Yeah.
So if you get up at sunrise and you're not ready to leave, I don't know what you would need to do to prepare, but...
I'm going to stand from like 5. Don't worry about me.
You're gonna what?
I'm going to trams from 1 to 5.
Oh.
So what are you doing tonight, Mary?
I'm waiting until the bar clears out.
All right. So you wait, and midnight comes round, and Malia, she comes up to you and goes, "You're still around here, huh? But everyone else has gone to bed."
Just been hanging out. Can I help you clean up?
She's like, "Oh." She looks around at the big mess.
And
She's
I
like,
don't.
normally I'd say no, but if you want to help, I'll do it. You can help clearing those tables and bring stuff. Just set it all on the counter. I can take care of it from there.
So
Mary, you're helping clear the tables and you're setting stuff on the bar?
So I'm Katniss.
What's that?
Nice to meet you. So my name is Katniss. What's your name?
Oh. And she's like, I'm Malia. Great to meet you. Glad you're here, staying with us. Lord knows we could use the business.
Yeah, have you been working here a long time?
About 3 years now, yeah.
And what were you doing? Have you always lived around these parts?
She says, I grew up in Appol-Bai.
Okay.
My uncle knew a guy who worked here before and got me this job.
Cool.
And she goes, "What about you, huh? Where are you from and where are you headed?"
I don't remember where I'm from. So
You are from,
Pan Am.
No, you don't know my backstory.
what's it called? Shinivi.
What's the name of the woods that's in?
It is Adenor. Adenor.
I'm from Shinivi. It's a town of wood elves in Adenor. Have you ever been around there?
She goes, "Adenor, man. I have never been that far, that's for sure. Haven't got much further from the coast than this."
Yeah. I'm more comfortable in woods. That's kind of what I'm used to. Thinking we might be heading into the woods tomorrow. Have you ever been in those woods?
The Wedgewood.
Ever?
Wedgewood is pretty a pleasant place. The deeper you go, the stranger it gets, if you know what I mean. I've skirted around the outskirts here, picked around the trees, gone on short walks, but never gone too far, and never without anyone else. I'm not good with wilderness by myself.
Yeah. Is there anyone who lives in those woods?
Well, I mean, there's no civilization, if that's what you mean. There's creatures deep in, I'm sure, but nothing that I've seen come around the Winged Helm.
Well, I guess we'll see what we encounter if we decide to head that way. Hello. I'm gonna go get some rest. If that person, I'd love to talk to that person you mentioned who knows the area so well. So I'll be up here tomorrow morning, but if she swings by before I get up here, you might mention I'd love to talk to her.
Alright, and as you're talking, suddenly the door opens. Most of the area cleared out. Either people went up to sleep or had gone out to camp. But the front door opens, and this young human, handsome, blonde man, probably about 18 years old. He strides in and looks around, and he sees Malia, and he goes, "Is Gulb around?" And she goes, "Yeah, he's in the back room." And he's like, "Has he gone to bed for the night?" And he's like, I think so." He goes, "Oh, all right." And he turns around and goes back out. And then Malia turns to you and says, "All right, if I see you're talking about Kestrel, right? The ranger. If I see Kestrel, I'll be sure to give you a shout."
Great, thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
And so this would count as a long rest.
Hooray, we hijacked the game. Sorry.
So you recover all your hit points, or however that works.
Yeah. And Blake gets hit die back and his spell slot.
I don't know if I get a long rest because I went to bed at like 11. And I'm probably going to try and get up around.
Well, if you don't, then you get a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
I
up to Shawn.
figured that.
If you want to count it as...
I would kind of consider it a full rest. You don't get any exhaustion if you get up. What time do you want to get up?
I mean, I was going to say 5 because...
I've done that. I haven't died, so...
Well, but you were exhausted, and you suffered disadvantage on all your ability checks for the day.
I'd say you're close enough to 8 hours. You're fine.
So we
Can my character
the way there to put the catfish on.
Can my character be a polyphasic sleeper?
What does that mean? Oh. Yeah, but you will always be exhausted.
Relatable.
Alright, so it's about 5 o'clock, and I think Katniss and Hawke wake up. Is that correct?
I probably would wake up around that time too.
Yes.
Alright.
Because, you know.
So
I went to bed early, so that's fine.
okay. About 5 o'clock. You know, you guys knew you had to be up kind of by sunset anyway, so
Yep,
you got up a little bit
that's
before.
the word.
Sunset.
Sunrise.
Thank you. I want to say.
And you could see most of the caravan is up and about too. And Shayna, she's going, let's get going. Shayna goes, we might even get an early start this morning. That's what I like to see. I'd like to get as close to Hamel by sunset as we can get. And Malia is handing out bowls of some sort of breakfast mush to anybody who's buying. And Delb looks like he's not around. But the blonde-haired boy that came in last night, he's helping get the cart ready. There's with the caravan, there's a cart that's traveling, being pulled by it's just a small cart with a mule that was staying in the stable. And you can tell that he's the stable boy. And he's helping prepare the cart, and most of the caravan members are outside getting ready. Most of them camped outside. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna turn to Hawke and say, so where are you headed now? You going with the caravan? You going somewhere else?
I'm heading to the tower. I told Delb I'd look for his son, and there's a reward in it, so don't know when the caravan is coming back this way, so I figure I may as well part ways with them. I'm as close as I'm likely to get. And I'm, like, I look hungover, but it's...
I'm gonna say that I look fine, just because I feel like I have a higher tolerance. But it's
yeah, I mean, you were fine when you went to bed.
I was.
You're fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, mind if I come with?
Not at all.
There's nothing waiting for me in whatever town we're going to, so...
So we got a party of 2.
Alright.
I think I'll tag along and help destroy these undead.
Yep. I came looking for something to do. Well, this looks like something.
Alright. So do you guys go straight there, or what's your next move?
I don't know, I'm gonna...
Did that woman ever show up?
I asked, did anything happen last night after I went to bed?
I kind of put my head in my hands and say, so much. So much.
I had some chats and got a couple leads on some locals who might be able to give us some information. Not sure if they're happening or not.
Well, then we should pay them a visit.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Pay who a visit? Sorry, I was writing something down.
I go up and ask barmaid if she has seen Celestia, or whatever her name is.
Crystal?
Yeah.
Alright. And she says, no, I haven't seen her this morning yet. If I do, I'll be sure to give you a shout. Are you guys are staying here? She asked, do you want me to save your rooms for another night?
I look at the rest of them and let them make the decision.
No.
I kind of shrug and say, save our rooms. If we're not back by the time you go to bed, then you can give me some.
Don't charge us.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not paying. I'll pay you when I get back.
I don't need my room saved.
No.
No promises that I can save them if you're not paying in advance, but see what I can do. You guys aren't really you're traveling with all that you have, right? Are you leaving anything behind?
No.
I'm not.
All right.
I asked about the horses. How much are they?
She says, you'll have to talk to Delb about that, but from what I understand, there is only one horse for sale. The others are just for housing, or the last horse is Delb's personal horse. But he handles that business.
Alright, I'll pursue it when we get back.
Okay. You guys are inside the tavern, right?
Mm-hmm.
The door opens, and this, how do I describe him?
With words.
Really unkempt, red-haired dwarf comes in. His clothes are almost decayed to the point that they're just rags. His beard is all matted. He absolutely reeks. He's like this filthy little dirt gremlin of a dwarf. Starts, waddling into the front door. You can tell that, he just woke up and he's already drunk. He goes up to Lilia and he goes, Dab, where's Dab at? And Leah goes, Grundle, go outside. You're stinking the place up. Delb is asleep. I'll let him know that you're looking for him. And he's like, he owes me wages. Like, go outside, Grundle. Grundle just glares at her. And he looks around at all of you. He's like, travelers. And he starts turning around, head towards the door. And he goes outside.
Nice. Pleasure to meet you.
What's that?
I said, pleasure to meet you, but sarcastically and after he went outside.
Should we go talk to him? The barmaid mentioned that he's kind of a local. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he looks super pleasant.
Okay. So you guys go outside?
Uh-huh.
Do we?
He went outside. I thought you were going to talk to Grundle.
I asked the group if we should go talk to him. I didn't think a decision had been made.
Okay. What's the consensus? Who does what?
I'm looking to Hawke for
Okay. I say, I kind of sigh and yawn and say, the more we know, the better. Let's go see if he can tell us anything. And get up and kind of wobble towards the door.
Alright, so you go out and you see to your right, Grundle is in the forge over here. And it's only part of it is kind of covered. It's mostly an open air kind of dealing. It does have a roof over it. There's a really large forge, obviously, that's currently not heated up. Doesn't look like he's been doing much work for the last week. There's some chains on the wall, some hammers, and Grundle is kind of curled up with a bottle in his hand, and this pile of rags and looks like some pelts of some sort that he's just kind of laying down in and just kind of staring at the wall. He doesn't notice that you look at him.
Yeah.
He kind of grunts and doesn't move.
I kick him, like, lightly.
Roll an attack.
Katniss takes a step forward and pulls back her foot to kick Grundle and swings it forward, gives him a tap. And he glares up. He's like, "What are you doing in me home?" And he gets up as fast as he can. He grabs a hammer off the wall, a forge hammer, and he starts waving it at you. He's like, "You want me to kick you in your sleep?" And he gives you a kick.
We're not here to do any harm. We just had a few questions.
You just want to kick him.
Just wake up, Pig. It's fine.
He takes his hammer.
Katniss can totally do that.
He goes, "Get out of me home."
I hold up my hands and say, "Okay, easy. We're just looking for some information."
He's like, "I know nothing."
I love Shawn's voices.
Well, that's believable.
It's like, "What do you want an hour? Get out of here."
We're just wondering what you can tell us about the tower, Hallstone Tower.
You're talking about Randall, aren't you?
No, I'm talking about the tower, Randall.
I'm talking about the tower. I don't go near the tower.
Alright, well, maybe then we can find someone who knows more.
Well, Lawrence know nothing nunny.
Who? What?
I didn't say anything.
Who doesn't know nothing?
Don't know what you're talking about. And he
Alright.
pulls some rags up over him and tries to go back to sleep.
I'm going to cast Charm Person. He has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wow. Isn't that the one where they know they've been charmed?
After it's done.
Yeah, but
Okay. He has to make a what?
Wisdom saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw. Oh, that's the wrong stats. I'm like, those are really bad stats. Wisdom, you said? Okay. So that's just D20 plus wisdom modifier?
Yeah, Wisdom saving throw modifier, because you might have proficiency in it.
Alright. 15.
Shit. My DC is 15. Does that save or does that not?
It does. It does save, right?
Also,
there's some.
Well,
I'm gonna say it's a
when
success.
So now he's probably angry.
Now he knows that I tried to charm him.
He just squirms a little bit and tries to go back to sleep.
Alright, just as long as he doesn't do anything else.
Charming him's okay. Kicking him, he's got a problem.
I turn to the others and say, doesn't look like we're getting any more leads here.
Well, should we try to track down who this Lawrence person is?
if you think that's best.
I don't know.
Shouldn't we talk to that ranger that you mentioned this
Yeah,
morning?
can we go back in and see if Sybil's there?
As you're walking out of the forge, Shayna kind of walks up to you and she goes, I know you said you might not be coming with us, just wanted to check in. You guys in or are you guys out?
Think we're out, boo.
Yep.
Alright, well, it's been a pleasure. Make sure to look me up next time you're in Appol-Bai. But best of luck on your adventures. Thanks for killing those wolves, too.
Yeah.
I hope you don't run into any more dangerous creatures.
Yeah. Good luck.
And he goes, I think we might be heading out a little bit early, so if we don't see each other, you guys take care.
Alright.
And then she goes back to the caravan and looks like they're pretty much all packed up. She's talking to the blonde-haired kid by the stables about the cart some. And you guys are going back inside, is that what you said?
Do we know
Yeah,
if that's who this blonde-haired kid is? Because Shawn came up. We don't know who this is, right?
It was the stable boy, wasn't it?
Well, he came in
He is
last
the
night.
stable boy.
When
Yeah.
I was last night, when I was at the bar, he came in looking for the owner.
I don't know anything about that, so I'm just.
Well, I'm telling you.
I don't see why he's of any interest.
I'm looking to the two of you who were up last night for the leads and just kind of letting you guys do your thing.
Do you think he knows anything?
I don't know. He might, if he has experience with horses, he might be wanting to travel a bit.
True. Alright, let's check it out. I don't want office on this device.
So you're going to go talk to the stable boy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk over, and he's still talking with Shayna. Because while you were having that discussion, Shayna had went over and was talking to him about the cart. And Shayna's kind of like, oh well, I hope you're still working here next time we come through. Thanks for getting the cart already. You grease the wheels, yeah? And he's like, yes, ma'am. He's like, all right, well, I'll be sure to see you next time then. Do say hello. And she starts putting some bags onto the cart. And the blonde-haired guy gives her a nod and starts walking back over to the stables.
And I say, hey, you were the one in looking for Delve last night, weren't you?
And he turns around, looks at you, and goes, who are you?
I'm Katniss. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Katniss. My name's Lawrence.
Nice to meet you, Lawrence.
Nice meeting you. Can I help you?
Well, we were
so.
just yeah. We were just thinking about possibly venturing a little bit north of here. We were just seeing if anyone knew anything about what's going on in those woods.
North? Through the forest?
Yeah?
And Lawrence kind of looks around and he's like, I've never been in the forest.
Really?
We check if he's lying.
You can roll an insight.
I'm gonna roll insight too.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll insight. Oh, sorry.
4.
18.
I got
How do you get 18? That's not right.
I just clicked on
Why
insight.
is it not right?
Because it did
She rolled a 16, and then she has a +2
Oh,
modifier.
okay. The 3D die was Ren's die. That's what I was confused about.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't see a 3D die.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have a modifier of +13.
Yeah, I was. Ed, did Blake roll?
No, I didn't.
Roll. Okay, what did you get, Ren? Or Lucy?
12.
Okay. So, Ren, you buy what he's saying completely. He's like, oh, you've never been in the forest. Okay. Guess we'll ask someone else or whatever. Felicity doubts, starts wondering if what he's saying is true or not, but Katniss goes, you have been in the forest, huh? I mean, you get that sense that he kind of has been. So what do you say?
Are you kidding? He just said he hasn't. Do you speak human?
No, I speak wood elf. We're just trying to help out Delve and all the people around here. If there's any information it would really help us out.
Like, did Del put you up to this? Are you looking for Randall?
He mentioned that he might be having some problems.
Problems? What problems?
Like a son missing.
So you're looking for Randall?
Among other things.
And he starts to get a little suspicious. He's like, who are you people?
Does it matter?
I'm not going to tell you anything if you're not telling me if you're not being honest.
I'm going to say we're just travelers looking to make a difference in the world.
He says, so you're looking for Randall?
Yep,
Yes.
fine.
And he goes, why are you talking to me?
We're talking to everyone.
He's just saying, and goes again, I haven't been in the forest. He looks around. I don't know what I can tell you.
Can you tell us anything?
Make a persuasion roll.
Guess who's really persuasive?
Not Lucy?
I rolled a 26.
Ooh. Felicity was being really persuasive in talking with Lawrence. And Lawrence says, Randall, please don't tell Deb this. When I started working here, Randall and I, we were real close. He was my secret lover. But we were not going to tell his dad, and Randall, he got really suspicious that his dad was starting to get onto us, and he just wanted to get away for a little bit, so he talked me into... He thought the stories about the tower were just old horror, scary stories that his father always told him. He didn't believe them, and so he convinced me to go with him, to spend a day at the tower, just the two of us, out of the eyes of anyone here, and we got there just after sunset, and they came out of nowhere. The golden skeletons, they just... I just ran, and I don't know. I thought he was right behind me, but it was too late. I don't know where he is.
We're gonna find him.
He's like,
I kind of look at Felicity sideways, like, I don't say anything, but I'm like, I don't know about that. But...
And he goes, they had this sword. They were right there.
I'm sorry, the what?
I know, the sword. They were right there. I know what I saw, but I don't want to believe it.
What sword?
I don't know if I'm making this up or if I actually saw it, but there was all this blood. And he gets quiet after that.
I'm gonna go in for the hug. And like rub his back and...
I was wondering if that was like a... There's not a...
roll grapple.
Charisma relating to that, but okay. And he hugs you back and he starts crying.
I just let him cry. And then I kind of look over his head to the rest of them and raise my eyebrows like, what now?
Just then, Malia comes out of the ship, and she kind of shouts over, and she's, Crystal, she just got here. If you would like to say hello, I let her know that you were asking about her.
I kind of, like, turn so that she maybe doesn't see Lawrence crying. Because I figure he doesn't want to be seen like this.
Cool. And so she Malia turns around and goes back in and closes the door.
Should we go talk to Crystal?
Yeah, do we think we're going to get anything else helpful from Lawrence, or should we all go in?
I don't think we will.
I'm going to stay with him until he stops crying.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Should we do 2 and 2?
Who's staying with Felicity?
I'll say Felicity. If there's anything I could do.
Alright, so you two go in, and you see this wood elf. She has this sort of auburn hair and kind of the same color skin too. She's wearing green traveling clothes with some leather armor. And she's kind of sitting at the bar. And by now, Delb had woken up, and him and her are talking at the bar.
I go up and say hi in Elvish.
And Kestrel turns to you, and she gives the common greeting of and a good morning to you.
I didn't understand that, so...
Yeah. So now I switch to English and I say that...
Common.
Whatever. That we're gonna set out on a mission towards the tower, and we heard that you might have information that would be helpful.
And Delb was saying, and she guys, it goes, yes, Kestrel. She would know all about this. She would be a great resource. You'll help them, won't you, Kestrel? Kestrel kind of looks at Delb a little bit. Kind of barely rolls her eyes, but you catch it. And she turns to Katniss and smiles and goes, you look a little bit familiar. Would I have known you from somewhere?
Well, I grew up in the place in the place. Where are you from?
She's like, I'm from Elmina, but you're that Hunger Games girl, aren't you?
If you have a backstory.
Has she read the books?
Is the Hunger Games a thing in this universe?
Apparently.
And
Yeah.
we had to tweak it
went
some.
with that.
But you're a folk hero, so your story is,
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
familiar with.
Find the White Owls. Yes, that's me.
She goes, if you're going to the tower, I'll tell you what I know. It's about an 8-hour walk north of here. When you come to the, it's at the top of sort of this open area without too many trees. There's a bit of a hill. If you just keep going uphill, you'll find it. It's an old ruined chapel. It used to be a very holy place, but some terrible events, people say, happened a long time ago, and it's been cursed ever since. And I do not go anywhere near the place. I will not. You can smell it for miles. You can feel the darkness for miles. But the skeletons aren't the only thing you need to be worried about. She goes, there are the skeletons with their leader, but there's this hag, this green hag who lives in the woods, and she has dug out this little hovel underneath the chapel. I have tried to kill her for years, but she keeps using the skeletons as a defense, and I cannot get close. Her name's Yazel, and she is fascinated with the darkness in the area. I think she's trying to study how the new skeletons are made, trying to learn the curse of the area. She had this powerful golem that she used to dig out her hovel, but I did manage to kill the golem, but she's been after me ever since, and I don't go around there anymore. If you go out there, you have to be really careful of the hag. She'll be hard to find, but she will know you're there before you know she's there.